Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com with the match number 4, I believe, in our Soul Sisters 20k celebration. I think that this is a mulligan. I can thin my deck out quite well. I can Squadron Hawk. Squadron Hawk is basically like 4 more cards. I'm going to keep it and see what happens. This is kind of a bad hand. We have a Path to Exile on a Squadron Hawk, especially if it's like first turn Thoughtseize. I'm just going to cry. Our opponent does keep his hand and puts a card on top. So let's go ahead with the Windbrisk Heights and put a Ranger underneath. And next turn we can Flagstones. So he attacks and probe. He sees my terrible hand. Attacks and probe could be a bazillion decks in the... to be an isolated chapel. I have not a clue. I think this might be Ad Nauseam. That's the only combination I know that uses Cataxian Probe and Isolated Chapel. We'll Squadron Hawk and get 2 little birds. Not going to get the 3rd because it would just go to the graveyard. And then pass the turn. The Honor of the Pure was a particularly good card to draw into. So another probe. He sees the Honor of the Pure. I'd love to draw into a 1-drop. Actually, I'd love to draw into a Martyr. He misses his land drop. This is huge. So he kept a greedy hand as well. So we'll thin out our deck. And I think we'll go for another Squad Hawk. And we'll get the other one. And now we have all of our Squadron Hawks in hand. And we'll attack with the team. Or the 1. Get our opponent down to 15. Still don't know what I'm up against. If it is Ad Nauseam, he had a very bad hand. And we don't know what we're up against. Okay, so I don't know if I need Rest in Peace here. Or Mark or anything. Paths out. Are we playing against some sort of egg strategy? I don't know. I have not a clue. My intuition is telling me to bring in Rest in Peace as well as Stony Silence. No, yeah, because at least Stony Silence isn't dead. To Ad Nauseam, you can make it so he can't activate his artifacts. And they do run the Lotus Bloom. I have not a clue. I'm just taking the paths out. Putting a Rest in Peace on Stony Silence just to have any decent matchup versus combo. Gives us 2 cards. We have the Stony Silence right here. It'll be hilarious if the Stony Silence actually does the trick. I'm still thinking this Ad Nauseam. Should have taken out the Auriok Champions, actually. We'll Windbrisk Heights. And put a Martyr, a Serra Ascendant... Serra Ascendant underneath. Not the greatest Windbrisk Heights, but it's acceptable. Yeah, not a clue what this is. We'll lead off here with the Flagstones, and we'll throw out the Stony Silence. Again, not quite sure what we're facing. Ghost Quarter. Yeah, I think now I'm thoroughly confused. It's a Monastery Mentor. We could still be playing against Paladin though. So the Auriok Champion is going to be very powerful. I could go Spectral Procession. I think it's just Auriok Champion. This allows me to gain some life against his Mentor whenever he puts cards out. Mentor is more powerful than Young Pyromancer, so I think this is Esper Mentor. So Stony Silence ends up not doing anything unless it's the Pure Steel Paladin. Jeez, we're going to get overwhelmed. And he'll Thought Seize me here. Inquisition. So Inquisition can get Secure the Waste. Which is actually a powerful card. And he gets attacking for 3. We get Spectral Processions out next turn. He will be a damage-based deck, but with 2 Mentors and me taking out my paths, it might just get the job done. We'll Ghost Quarter here in case. No, I still think it's just another Plains. And then pass the turn. So the attacks and probes were just in there for value for the Monastery Mentors. No Wrath of Gods in our sideboard, which is really good versus Mentor. I think we do go Return to the Ranks. I don't quite think we care about Rest in Peace. Yeah, I knew that was going to come. I don't care. It was just Serra Ascendant, which was just going to be a 1/1 with his board state. And the Inquisition misses, but does give him two guys. So we do need a Hail Mary card. I'm not quite sure what that card would be. But at this point, he's kind of putting himself... Yeah, I might be able to just out-aggro him if I get like an Honor of the Pure. Because it's on a 2-turn clock if that's the case. He comes in for a ton of damage here, though. I think I just take it all. But the double Mentor most likely will do the trick. That's a terrible card. I think I will come in with the Spirit tokens. Still has 4 cards in hand. Uh-oh. Yeah, that +1 I think is going to do it. I don't think I can beat a Sorin. So the Stony Silence is nothing. And we'll go on to game 2. There's literally nothing I can do. I think that we will bring in Return to the Ranks and Archangel. We do need the paths though for the Monastery Mentor. I think that Lingering Souls is going to be in the deck. I don't know if we need Sundering Growth. The Stony Silence is pointless. Secure the Waste is still good. The Rest in Peace is something I don't know if Snapcaster's in here or not, but we're going to take it out. Martyr, I don't quite think we need a Martyr. I like the Squadron Hawks, though. And maybe the pass we can go down. I mean, we do want to kill a Mentor. Yeah, they get it out of control. I think it's just the... And the Arch Champions also seem good for that reason. Honor the Pure can just get me above... I think I'm going to take 2 Auriok Champions out and actually stick with 2 paths. And at least gives me a way to deal with this Mentor. But if we get a Pridemate out, Mentor is weak. Yes, we have to play first. There's our Pridemate. I'm going to keep this hand. It's pretty decent. Plays a lot of Thought Seizes and Inquisitions in this deck. We'll put a Ranger underneath. And pass a turn. I'd hate to see just like a Spell Snare. Turn 2. There's the Probe. At least it's not getting any value. Never know if he kept another greedy hand. So Flooded Strand. Can go get the Water Grave, and he's probably going to Thoughtseize out that Pridemate. No, just Serra Vision. So we're going to get a Pridemate out. And he's used 2 cards that he wants with his Mentor. There's the Soul Warden. I think it's still the Pridemate. Snapcaster Mage for a Taxing Probe. Down to a 13 already. So I do need to draw into... We'll go Plains here. Soul Warden. Attack with the Pridemate. And we'll secure for just 1. Because we do want to attack her out next turn for the Ranger. This gets rid of an annoying Snapcaster. Gives us a board state that allows for Ranger. If he goes Mentor here, so the Monastery Mentor, we can still put him under some significant pressure. With a Ranger. And with the Return of the Ranks, we could actually even just Honor the Pure here. Yeah, that was a beautiful card to draw into. Because now he's on the defensive. We'll get a Serra's Ascendant and a Soul Attendant. One of each. And he's already down to... He's down to a 3, so you can't, like, flood out crazy. He's like a Wrath of God type effect, but it will kill his Mentor. And I think this is just going to be too much aggression. Even for a bazillion blockers. So Lingering Souls, it gives him blockers. Lots of blockers. But this also gives me a lot of life for the Serra Ascendant. We also have a Return of the Ranks. And he only has 1 card in hand. That was actually a great draw. We do want just the land because it allows us to Spectral Processions. Yeah, I guess that ends up not being a draw we care about. We'll have Spectral Processions right now. Oh, I can still go Serra's Ascendant by ghost courting my own. If I care, and I don't know if I do. I think we just attack in with everything. He's losing a lot of tokens. Losing everything, and we're just losing a Soul Warden. And I think I just keep this Ascendant just in case he has a Wrath of God. Because we have lethal on board next turn. Bring back a Lingering Souls. Yeah, it needs to be a Supreme Verdict. We get so much value out of the Return of the Ring after that. Well, no, we don't. We just get 2 Soul Wardens. But he's still down to 3. He's got a lot of fetch shocks, taxing probe type cards. I don't think there's much he can do, if anything. And there's the concession. So far, so good. Huge 4-0 start with the Soul Sisters. There's the matches there. We have one more. We can take this down. This has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.